I share with you some of my organizational tips and general idea of how I organize my workspace so that I can maximize my focus and my workflow. Hope to see you soon. Hello, thanks for joining me today. Hi, it's Rose. I'm your creative guide here at Wild Rose Bohemian, and I just want to take a minute to thank everyone for your support. If you enjoy this content, please, your comments, likes, even if you don't want to take the time to comment, your likes actually really help the logarithm and help to support me and this channel, and helps me to be able to continue to bring this kind of content to you. So if you're a longtime subscriber or a returning friend, thank you so much for your support. Okay, with no further ado, let's jump into it. This isn't going to be a terribly long, involved video. What I have found is that I've wanted to do this video for a long time, particularly when I was traveling in a small space, living in a travel trailer with a truck, pulling the trailer with the truck. And even when I was staying with my kids in their spare room. So I had a very limited amount of space. And when I left my home before, I sold just about everything. And part of the purpose and the reason for me sharing with you what my workspace is and my workflow is because I really want to encourage you, no matter what your financial position is or the amount of space that you have in your home, I really want to encourage you to know that nurturing a small space that's just kind of etched out for your creativity is one of the best self-care things that I have ever done and continue to do for myself. So I just want to share with you, really basically, I have the bare minimum tools, or had for a long time, and I'll just share with you very quickly my favorites here. I'm going to move the camera, so forgive me here, but I just want you to see. So most of what I have is in this little bucket beside my desk. Okay, and you can see here what's in this little, pretty basic stuff, guys. This matches the journal I'm working on. Got my Fabri-Tac, my art glitter glue, my scissors. Let's see, my corner punches. Each journal I just only use 1 or 2 stamps from a stamp set so that the backgrounds match and there's coordinating. I choose and switch that up depending on the journal, changes per journal. Scissors, just the most basic things that I might need as far as tools go. Okay, I had that in my that amount of tools. That's basically the tools that I have for junk journaling. Pretty small. Now that I've gotten more room, I thought maybe I might acquire more things, but what I'm finding out is that I'm actually fairly overwhelmed with things. So I want to share with you over here on this side. So this really just organizes the things that I use often. So I've got sentiments in here, more extra fussy cuts that I keep in here. Tons of the neutral scraps that I have, the coffee dyed paper, the coffee dyed music paper. I've got my scraps that are separated, and I just have a small amount that I save. Okay, the scraps that will come as I cut out stuff for the journal will go in this. These are my neutral scraps. This one. I've got book pages here. my cutter. This is for doing my binding. Pretty basic. I don't need more than that. And to be quite honest with you, I want you to know that part of the reason why I switched, I'm going to put you back up here, to using to digitals is because I just didn't have the storage space. You know, I got rid of so much paper that I never used, the scrapbooking paper. I thought the paper was pretty, but it sure takes up a lot of room. I just don't have the room, and I mass made stuff that I never used. I don't mass make now. I just make for the journal. I print up for the journal, or I'm attempting to do that, print up for the journal that I'm working on. So I'm going to show you how I organize the stuff that I've got going on for this journal. I'm working on two journals, the 1789 Versailles and the French Blue Paris. They're almost interchangeable. So I have this set up with my basic stuff here. Okay, I've got a small thing that has small bits. These are small bits. Okay, if I can kind of just show you stamps, tickets, sentiments, numbers. They go in here. I change those out depending on the journal that I'm working on and the color scheme of the choice that I might be looking for. My fussy cuts go here. I don't even have all of them cut up. I have, you know, just kind of cut as I need. And then here are other, this has got stuff, this has got, one side's got things that I've made to go in the journal that I'm waiting to put in the journal. Kind of keep those over there too. And then these are pieces that are waiting to be used. Okay. Here, this one here, I keep the more specific space, so sometimes I separate them out that way. Okay. In the back, I keep all of my scrap here. I don't know if you can see this part. These are small scraps. Okay, got the tidbits here that match my journal. Paper clips, tassels, fabric flowers, gems, anything that I think that might go with embellishing goes here. I've got a few of the blanks. I love the blanks for the hidden paper clips that I make. A lot of whale's tails or other pieces that are small that I've made up before. Smaller tidbits here. This is for slow stitching. This is the one-word sentiments. I picked out some, actually do that, anything that might be ornamental. I picked more than I had room for, but this not only has the charms that I feel would match the kit, but generally I just pick a metal that I'm working with that particular kit. So I'll put all of the metal pieces in here. Bulbs, bulb pins, the jump rings, all of the other pieces for making jewelry, brads, anything that might match this metal. I put a small selection in there. I've got my magnets, and there are some little things of Velcro somewhere. Anyways, this here, these scraps here, these are ones that I might use for ruffles. Keep that. And then just smaller tidbits scraps go in here too that match the kit. And then, oh, by the way, I meant to tell you this. I got some of the most beautiful seam binding from Scrap Cabin shop. I asked her to match my kit, the 1789 Versailles kit. I think she did a beautiful job. What do you think? It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So I'll leave her link in the description box below. But I keep like the lace, things like that that match the kit in something next to it. And basically, that's how I organize the basics of keeping it very specific to the journal that I'm working on. My little tray finally busted. I had this forever. But anyway, the other thing I do, I got these at the dollar store, or excuse me, at the secondhand store. I use these to store my journal, the one I'm working on at the current moment. So this one you can see, whoops, this is the 1789 Versailles. It is, I overprinted my stuff, but this is stuff that in my workflow is like, see, these are things where I haven't completed the ephemera yet, but I've cut it out, so it's in various stages here. But I can kind of clean up my workspace by keeping everything together, and just, it'll also, when I get done, the pieces that don't match, this will just get labeled and stored this way too. This has the French Blue Paris. You can see I have a lot less stuff in here. I've been working on this journal a lot more. So those happen to be my quick tips and tricks as far as keeping my space organized to maximize my workflow. I wanted to share with you a couple other tips. I really have been struggling with finding fabric, and I ordered some online that I thought would match my journal. It came in, it was thin and it was flimsy, and it was $12 a yard, and I was really disappointed, but I was super excited to find this fabric here. Both of these are cushion covers from the secondhand store, $2 each. They had really beautiful big pillows inside for $2 each, and super thick. I'm probably going to try and use these instead. We'll see what happens, because I'm still struggling in that area. But I found that, and I wanted to show you because I was excited about the possibility of the fabrics that I've been finding at the secondhand store. And the other thing I found was this. Super excited about this find. I had one of these when I was a little girl, and it was one of my favorite art supply things that my mom purchased for me. I think she probably didn't purchase it, but I don't know where she got it. Anyways, I love the wallpaper sample books, and it's been a long time since I had one, and I had gotten rid of the one that I had prior to my moving from my place, and I found this yesterday when my kids took me to the secondhand store. I feel so blessed. They're so wonderful to me. They come and help me get the things I need, but I was so excited about the fact that this had fabric in it too, because the journal that I'm working on has like button cards and fabric sample cards and lace cards to fill. So some of these fabrics are actually really beautiful. I don't know if I can. So look for some ways I'm going to end up using this beautiful paper. Wallpaper, if you haven't felt it before, I'm sure most of us have. It's got a really nice finish, strong finish on it. It's strong paper. So I'm not sure if I would use it as a journal page, although I might. We'll see. We'll see what I end up using it for. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. I wanted to share with you also. So I've been working on this other paper pack, and the ones are going really slow, guys. This is collage, and I love layers in Photoshop. Sadly, most of my files end up with like 20-30 layers, but I'm not used to having such like strict edges, and I really love what some of the girls do, the designers. I'm going to see if I can put this a little bit closer here. I love what they do, and it's just really challenging for me. So I have 3 papers. You can see these are, and I figured what I'd do is gift them to you now. So plan to be giving away quite a few freebies this month, and I don't want to make them really obvious. I'm trying to reward those people that show up, and I want you to know that the password here is Belle. You can see that it's down here. It's 5 letters, and they're all capitals. That's the password to the Sovereign Freebie for these 3 pages. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.